I read a survey this morning that Washington, D.C., where I lived for many years, has been ranked the least desirable city in the United States. And why is that? Because of crime, because of high taxes, because of an incompetent government, because frankly, at least half this country understands that it's the bastion of socialism and communism and atheism at this point, with few exceptions. And of course, it has institutions, it has courts, it has bar associations, it has these kinds of entities that want to destroy conservatives, people of faith, and those who believe in the vision and creation of our founding fathers. But frankly, even the left doesn't like the place because it's become the murder capital of the nation. This tells you something. And what do we get out of Washington, D.C.? Today, we get a proposal by Kamala Harris in her presidential campaign that she's going to freeze prices on food, that she's going to go after pharmaceutical companies. She doesn't say how she's going to do it. But let's just talk about wage price controls. I remember that when I was a kid. My family was in the pork business. They had a pork packing plant, meat packing plant. I worked there as a young boy. President Nixon came along, and through Alan Greenspan, who was a moron, frankly, he was in charge of economic policy, they froze the prices that my family could sell pork to supermarkets and retail outlets, but did not freeze the price of the pigs, of the hogs, that they got to slaughter. So they went into an automatic spiral, which literally bankrupted my family's business. And my dad, grandfather, and uncle basically had to sell their plant only for the value of the physical assets. This is what happens in a socialist communist society when government takes total control of your life, when it doesn't allow the free market to work and to continue. That's why, as I said earlier in the week, that Freedom Watch believes in economic freedom, not just freedom politically in terms of a tyrannical government. Because unless we have a capitalist system that allows for competition, whether it's the PGA Tour trying to get rid of live golf, or whether it's, in fact, wage and price controls, or anything of that sort, then you're going to have an economy that sinks into the abyss. And that's what happened in Venezuela. It happened in the Soviet Union. It happened in other socialist societies, such as in North Korea, and even in Iran, which is, while it's not technically communist, it's worse than communist. Their economy is in the toilet. So this is my message for today. I want you to go to freedomwatchusa.org, join our cause, our Justice League, but of course we do much more than just combat a corrupt government. We are there for freedom. Our motto is shining a light on freedom. And we need your help because you can see this initial proposal by Kamala Harris is frankly the first step to take total control over your lives, to communize this country to the point that it's driven into a spiral, such that we saw in the Soviet Union, which ultimately gave rise to its demise. God bless you. God bless your family. God save your family. Remember, the Father and Son will only help you if you help yourself. Please go to freedomwatchusa.org and contribute with tax-deductible contributions. We are there for you. And we also have a Third Continental Congress where we are going to be forming a new government and not a new nation, and making fine-tuning to our Constitution so that it works better than it has in the last several years. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.